All right. Are we good? Yeah, we're good. We're good. Well, we're back. Obviously, I could have done this straight away. You know what I mean? I could have done this the day after Raw. The day after Royal Rumble, but I wanted to let Raw settle down. I thought that NXT might have some kind of, I don't know, maybe some implications on there as well, because I know that previously when Charlotte had won the Royal Rumble, she went to NXT to challenge Rhea Ripley. So I was like, okay, let me leave that there as well. Obviously, I knew that Bayley had to fight against Roxanne as well. So thought I'd leave that there, and I'm all trying to figure out, but obviously it's Thursday, and this is the day historically we've done Savage Talk. So bring it back on Thursday, not here for a short time, not a long time, you know, like that. A good time, not a long time, but probably get about an hour in and stuff like that, because I've got football to do at 8 o'clock, and I need to get prepped for that as well and get sorted. But it's always good to come and chop it up with the Demon team. There's a lot to talk about, a few topics and stuff like that. There's a couple that I want to do, probably in-depth video on, about a 10-minute video with some more details in it and stuff like that. But for this one, it's always cool to chop up with you guys, see what you lot think as well. Probably differences, opinions everywhere, but that's fine. But yeah, dope. Big up Alexander, though. Hope you're well. First thing, man, Royal Rumble. Let's get to that real quick, and then we can move on from there and progress through the week. But obviously, Royal Rumble 2025. It's interesting to see what people think about the match card. Obviously, we did the watch along, and while we was doing the watch along, everyone's opinion on what was going on was pretty high. Big up Morris. But you know, the internet's a bit mad. So when you're done, it's when you're done, and then you go around the internet and stuff like that, you see the fallout and what everyone's saying. I'm like, damn, like, I'm not one of these people that are ever affected by everyone else's opinion. It's just never been my thing. So whether it's a movie, you get a bad review on Rotten Tomatoes or something like that, I'll just watch it for what it is. Now, don't get me wrong, if it's something that I haven't watched and someone's watched it already, then I'm like, okay, I wonder why it's got this. That usually intrigues me more to go and watch it, to see why does everyone hate this. I remember that happened with Batman vs Superman when it first came out. There was like, oh, it's rubbish and it's got some low percentage of Rotten Tomatoes. When I watched it, I loved it. I think I watched the director's cut first, actually, so that's probably the reason why. But this was something that we watched live. I watched it live with you guys. So it's inauthentic for me to come on here and say that I didn't enjoy Royal Rumble when you guys saw me screaming my head off for the whole of Royal Rumble. Big up to you guys in the chat. Yeah, love for the love. I've seen big up Alexander. I think big up Zen as well. There's some people that I don't, I didn't know because their YouTube name's not the same as their Instagram name, but a lot of people tag me in the WWE cold open to the Raw show when they did a flashback of Royal Rumble, and yeah, had a little appearance on there with Brown Chang, man. It's decent, man. It was decent. It was good. It was kind of cool. Yeah, lifelong wrestling fan in it. So if I can make an appearance on the Raw after Royal Rumble, cemented in it, you know, them way there. Like, I can't even. Obviously, I'm not gonna overgas myself, and I'm not going Hollywood because I was on Raw, but I was on Netflix. I was on the first Raw after Raw Rumble on Netflix. I was on Peacock TV and stuff like that. I thought it was cold. Short appearance. They put me in there, me and Brown Chang in there with the package with the Queen, which was fitting considering I've been backing the Queen the whole time, so it made sense. Yeah, I liked it, man. Big up A and B Wrestling Conversations as well. The homies, they were on there. They put us right next to each other, that was dope, because I'd rather be nowhere. You know what I mean? That's where I need to be. So I thought that was dope, man. A little bit of recognition, and then yeah, you go from there. Yeah, the media scrums. I mean, to be fair to WWE, I did say they sent me an email for the Royal Rumble one, but obviously, I mean, I'm in the UK, innit? I got money, but I'm not filthy rich. But you give me a short notice to get to Royal Rumble, I'm not going to Indiana, bro. It doesn't matter how much I love wrestling. I mean, WrestleMania maybe, like, and you're not. Yo, me and Jack, I'm not going to Indiana to do no media scrum. You get me? Just for man to ask these like stupid questions, but maybe when they come to the UK, I was thinking about the French one as well. So I might speak to some of the people and see what's going on, because that would be kind of cold, and it's a lot closer, and you can get a quick Eurostar and get there. But man, I appreciate you a lot as well, because obviously, yeah, I mean, whether it's a 2-second clip, 3-second clip, or whatever, and that the recognition comes from the channel, and we run the channel together. So I like it. You get me? I like it, and we'll see what happens going forward. Like I said before, there was plans for something else, and I still can't talk about it because I signed stuff. And you know what it's like in the media world, man. Things get cancelled and move around and all that stuff, and so that's a bit of a, yeah, one of them, because I wanted you guys to see that. But we'll see in the future. Royal Rumble 2025. We don't need to go in order of the show, because we'll leave the both Royal Rumble shows for the last part. So we had the tag team championships on the line, DIY, Motor City Machine Guns. Funny enough, for a tag team match that felt like it was just thrown in the card to break it up, it was a decent match. Now, I'm with you guys. A lot of people didn't care about the match before it happened. I was the same. But I was like, let me give it a chance. It's at the Royal Rumble. It's sandwiched in between the card. Let's see what I can get from it. And I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it, to be fair. I thought it was a decent match. The only thing I will say is when there's a match that's 2 out of 3 falls, it's not WWE's fault. This is probably just me with expectations on it. So I didn't know before the match. My son knew for some reason. I don't think I even paid attention on SmackDown, because I was too wound up the fact that they made a Royal Rumble tag team match, but there was the match on SmackDown of like a triple threat tag team. I was like, well, clearly Pretty Deadly's not going to win this match, because the other two are posted. They're posted on the Royal Rumble card. It's like cemented, so they kind of spoiled it there. But yeah, for 2 out of 3 fall matches, I'm so used to. It's my fault. I'm not that I'm so used to, but when I hear 2 out of 3 falls, in my head I hear 3 stages of hell. That's my problem, innit? Because 2 out of 3 falls is a bit dead, isn't it? Like, if there's no, I don't know, if there's no gimmicks to each match and that, like 1 round's falls count anywhere, 1's a table match and whatever, then it's kind of like whatever. And then they always, when it comes to the time limit on a PLE, they always rush the falls in it. So there's always like 1 win, and then somebody gets super kicked and then rolled up, and then there's another win. It's kind of a mad one still. But yeah, DIY picked up the victory, followed by the heel profits, which are, you know I make these names for these lot all the time, man. But yeah, listen, man, we haven't had SmackDown yet, so there's no point me getting too gassed about how they appeared. And you already know someone comes out in a black hoodie and wrestling. Yeah, you know what's going down. So I love the Street Profits. I always felt like in the beginning, when they made their run up to the main roster, you could see money in them, and I think sales for the kids make sense, and they appeal to the kids quite a lot. They're pretty cool, but them kind of things run out pretty fast. I don't want to be disrespectful, because I don't know who picked parts of their gimmick, but I feel like in WWE over the years, there is certain tag teams, certain black tag teams, where they come across a bit stereotypy in it. And like I said, if it's their choice, then I'm not here to take anyone's choice away from them. But it becomes too much of like, if you take Street Profits and then Primetime, and yeah, you get what I'm saying, innit? Your Primetime players, and then you and then you got Thingy, and yeah, you know what I mean? You got them lot stealing out pockets dressed like G-Unit. You got Titus and them man barking. You got these lot with the cup of liquor. What's not? You get what I'm saying, innit? So yeah. And then New Day. New Day's the one who broke the mold. They did that on purpose, though. But let's not forget, New Day started as preachers, so still stereotype. Crime Time, and flipping Street. Listen to the names: Crime Time, Street Profits, and then New Day is a black gospel preachers that changed very quick because they were getting booed. So they took some black men. I'm not religious in it, but they took some men of God who were singing, and everyone started booing them. It's pretty incredible when you think about it. So yeah, let's see what comes of this. Not to mention, before Bobby Lashley left, the ones that I used to call the Almighty Prophets, yeah, they come out with the fist and all that. I hear it. Anyway, let's see where it leads to. I'm not holding my breath, because the word on the street used to be that Vince McMahon didn't care for tag teams. And there ain't no word on the street this time, but what I can see with my eyes, his son-in-law definitely doesn't care about the tag team. So you'd argue, in fact, I wouldn't argue, it's true, that the tag teams were booked better when Vince was here. And don't get me wrong, they were slowly pushed over to the kickoff show and stuff like that. But at least they were there on the day of the PR lead. Now, this match shocked us so much because they don't put tag teams on there anymore. So I don't know. We'll see though. Clash in Paris. Okay, bank holiday weekend. Interesting. Bank holiday doesn't mean too much to me at all, just because I work for myself. So I always forget when the day is. But with my son it will, because of college, I guess. But I'll have to see what happens. Either way, I'm sure it's going to be cold. I'm sure it's going to be a dope event. Last time we did it, France showed out, so we'll see. Alexander said, I saw people complaining there wasn't enough surprise in the men's rumble. I don't understand why, considering how much star power was actually in. Yeah, John Cena, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and etc. I actually agree with you. I guess everyone sees the Royal Rumble different. I must have been late to the party. The way I think about the Royal Rumble, it's the first event I ever remember watching. And you already know, Macho Man getting dashed up by Yokozuna, that's my first one. But I've never predicated it on surprise entrances in terms of legends or celebrities and stuff until wrestling started to get bad, if that makes sense. So once wrestling took a dive, then I needed legends and stuff back because the roster wasn't strong enough. For me, this is the first roster, and listen, I'm not going into detail, so I don't need people telling me, no, you're wrong because in 2000, no. If I can't remember it, then to me, only to me, it isn't that interesting. It's not that great. So this is the first Royal Rumble in a very long time that I remember so much star-studded power being in the ring at the same time. It was quite ridiculous. I mean, I'm sure John Cena, if anyone was watching John Cena that day, he made it known that the star power was in there because he was doing his stupid Cena face. So, we had up-and-coming talent in there. We had like legendary talent in there from the last decade. I picked Jay to win, but you didn't know who was going to win that match, so I wasn't mad at it at all. But we'll get on to that anyway. Melo was the only black superstar in the men's Royal Rumble. I'm not going to complain because I didn't notice. So, yeah, I mean, that I didn't notice. I guess in the WWE anyway, you've had a mix in it of like more black talent and less black talent. It doesn't really bother me as such, because I'm sure it's not I don't think people have gone out their way to have less black talent in there. I just think that, I mean, most of the black talent on the main roster, New Day's in a tag team. Big E's not there no more. Profits as well, they wasn't in there and they was to do with the tag team match. That's 5 black men alone who's not in there. Bobby Lashley's left and he would have been in the Rumble if he was still here. And Shelton, that's 7. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's that weird. And Speed was in the ring and he's black. So we'll take that too. I don't care. Long as it makes sense. I do believe that the first, I don't want to say the first 10 because I don't know the exact order, but put it this way, the first half of the match, the talent in the first half seemed to be it was leaning towards lucha a lot. We was calling out what was doing the watch along, me and my son. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of them in there. No problem. But I feel like some could be interchanged with other people. Not black people, just other people. I feel like Karrion Kross not being in there doesn't make any like. You need Karrion Kross should be in the Rumble, bro. He's a big. He's I mean, he's a big talent. He should be in the Rumble. I feel like even though I've kind of give up already, but not having anybody to do the White Six in the Rumble is a bit crazy. Like, I don't understand that. That doesn't make much sense to me. So yeah, I feel like some talent was interchangeable. But I'm not too. I'm with you, Alexander. I'm not too mad about, you know what I mean, certain stars and all this business. Like, is there anyone I thought that could have been in there? Maybe. You know what I mean? I was thinking maybe someone from TNA, but listen, you had your celebrity in terms of speed. You had Joe Hendry turn up from TNA. And to be fair, he's the one, isn't he? Out of everyone, he's the one. Who else is missing? I feel like Tongalo wasn't missing, that's fine. Solo was missing. But I guess we'll see if he turns up on SmackDown. If Solo does turn up on SmackDown, then it was pointless not putting him in the Rumble. If he doesn't turn up on SmackDown, then it's fine, because at least they're prolonging whatever story it is. Remember last week on SmackDown, Fatu said in the ring, didn't he, to Damian Priest, you can't just come over here to the blue brand. Me and Tama Tonga run this brand now. He didn't say me and the bloodline, he said me and Tama Tonga. So, and then he screamed out Fatu. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens there. We'll get to that anyway. Yeah, Gospel to Rainbow Sneakers. It's kind of funny when you put it like that. But the thing I hate is people calling this the worst Rumble just because they didn't like the ending. Yeah, it's crazy because it's one of the better Rumbles that I've seen. So that's how it is now. We're in the realm of, if I don't get what I want, then it's shit. Which I guess it's an oxymoron because you have a point. But at the same time, you've been watching wrestling, you don't get to do the bookings. The things that I don't normally like, and I told you already, apart from that one time with the Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, apart from that, that's kind of like the only result that I've been super mad at, because it didn't make any sense. When then you guys told me about, yeah, I don't care if it's in Scotland or not, that them as a tag team, because it ruined what was going on with Jade and Bianca. They could have been still tag teams strong now. They've got Bianca and Naomi have the belt right now, but they could have been on some run. That means whoever they pass the belt over to, yeah, I mean, it puts them over a little bit. Where are the other two? Where are Alba Fire and Isla Dawn? Exactly. And I want to know what Isla Dawn is. Come on, you know, like that. Love for the love, Anna. I've just seen your message and I don't really, call it out on screen and stuff like that, because, yeah. I understand, man. I understand. If you wanna, I'll message you anyway, but you don't have to explain anything. We completely understand in it. So, yeah, you already know, man. Demon Team got you back. I hear it. Take care of your mom. Because way more, trust me, way more important than flipping anything what's going on over here. But I'm glad you're here now. And it can take your take a bit of stress away for however long we're here. But if you need anything, just let me know through Twitter, or mess me on Twitter if you need anything. And obviously I got you in it. So big up Gary, hope you well, bro. Big up Deontay. Lyra and Jada lasted 5 seconds in the Rumble. I would have did better than that. Hey man, good to see them though. I do trust Triple H with his long-term booking stuff, and a lot of the time you have to trust the process. I'm expecting things to get very heated between Jay and Gunther. Yeah, Alexander, I'm a little bit indifferent when it comes to Triple H's booking. For me, Triple H gets the pay-per-views right. And this isn't a new thing, because when he was on the Black and Gold NXT brand, the pay-per-views were always incredible. They were always dope. The pay-per-views of the Black and Gold NXT were better than the main roster, so I have no doubt that he books them properly. But when it comes to long-term booking, probably the only time I ever disagree with you, I don't see anything that's had the great payoff. I feel like sometimes he's like the complete opposite to what you want in it. That you want long-term booking. With Triple H, he'll give you extra long-term booking with no payoff and just drag things out. And on the On the week-to-week show, that's where he fails because it's very repetitive, and this isn't actually an opinion. This is a fact. You can check. I don't know if it's WrestleNomics or Ring. I normally check what matches are on. I don't check by the way, I don't do this thing where people, the people on the internet who check the house shows and start moaning about stuff. Oh my God, I can't believe that these two fought again. Solo's lost 67 times. I'm like, okay, I understand that Solo after beat John Cena was on a losing streak and that, but to count the house shows is kind of ridiculous because we're not meant to see them. But what I will say is, yeah, his long term, like for example, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre's long term booking on it, bro. It ended up being about a bracelet, bro. This is not even a joke. It ended up being about a bracelet, which ended with the bracelet being ripped and shoved in Drew's mouth and the beads and stuff like that. And then CM Punk don't have the bracelet. Damian Priest and the Judgment Day, Rhea Ripley and Liv. These are drawn, like, you have to be honest about these. These are drawn out storylines. It didn't need, and to be fair, Liv and Rhea was good, but come on, man. Like, you didn't need to be this long. And to be fair, the booking with both of those two, what I just said, the Liv and Rhea one and the CM Punk and Drew, wasn't even down to Triple H being incredible with the long-term booking. Both sets of stories had one injured person in it. And because the injured person was away, it made the story longer in it. So CM Punk and Drew came from the previous year's Royal Rumble. But Triple H didn't make CM Punk tear his tricep, so he wouldn't have known that was going to happen. And then Drew went online, obviously, used his Instagram and his Twitter and stuff, and started making, he started making t-shirts and milking it and stuff like that, which meant that by the time CM Punk came back, he had a story to go into. And then with Rhea and, Rhea injured Liv first on accident. Liv injured Rhea Ripley throwing into a wall on accident, and he dragged it out. So, either way, that could be an opinion with that part. But one thing what's not an opinion is the week-to-week shows, bro. That is not. How many times are you gonna get Sami Zayn in the main event? And what did we used to get all the time every week? Judgment Day versus somebody every week, and the Wyatts versus American Alpha every week. And I told you guys the pattern already. I know the pattern off by heart. If there's two factions and there's a main person in each faction, usually what happens is this main babyface takes on one of these random jobbers in the other heel faction and beats them. And then the next week they fight them again and they fight the other person and then beat them. And then the week after that, they have a tag team and beat them. Then they have another match where they get rushed after, and then it goes to a pay-per-view and then you win. And then when it should finish at the pay-per-view, Triple H says, no, we're going to run this for another 2 months now, do the same thing. And that's what happens. Not to mention, I didn't want to be shady with this, so there's a reason why I didn't do a separate video, but I went out my way to check 6 months of Raw and SmackDown. No joke. I swear to you, you will not understand how many in-ring brawls there is. The same thing every week, bro. The same thing. Two people getting on the mic, start rushing each other, security guards come out, pull apart every week, bro. I'm talking from Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Bronson Reed, pull apart every week. Shambles. Anyway, also at the Royal Rumble, we had Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. This story's good. This story's good, but obviously if you milk it anymore, you get me? Makes sense why Kevin Owens is running around doing what he did. I made a separate video on the channel why Kevin Owens was right. Go and check that. So, this match was great. I have to say, I don't care for keep seeing Kevin Owens versus Cody, but the match itself, I thought this was a very, very good match. Big up Mange, by the way. I just saw you in the chat. Had a bit of everything. Storytelling in the match was great. The spots in the match were great. It done very good at looking real. It looked like, and obviously we saw when Kevin Owens came out on Raw, he's got the big black eye with the scar and stuff like that. He had the bad leg. Big up Kevin Owens because even though he's not got a title or anything like that, he's doing some of his best work, to be honest. Some of his best work. So, and now we saw on Raw that the package power driver he gave to Sami Zayn. Do I like it? It makes sense, I guess. You can make a story off the fact that Sami Zayn's going to say, listen, I came down to the ring to check on you, and he's going to say, I wanted you to help me win, not check on me. They kept saying that before the match. Who are you going to help? You're going to help me win? You're going to have my back and all that stuff? The only problem I've got, which is probably going to lead to Elimination Chamber, which means that in the Elimination Chamber, we're probably not going to get Sami or Kevin Owens, because the Elimination Chamber is at Toronto, so we're going to get KO versus Sami. Obviously, we're going to get KO versus Sami. I don't care to see KO versus Sami again. Listen, we know Kevin Owens is the worst best friend. He's been the worst. Like, they made stories and promos. Remember when he joined the New Day? When the first time Big E got injured? And they were like, they didn't trust him and he turned on them. He's the worst best friend. He turned on Jericho. His man's known as the worst best friend. How can him and Sami keep getting back together? Most people's first, if you didn't watch NXT, or you just saw like big events at NXT, he came, bruv, one of the first things he done in NXT was damage Sami. He pop up powerbomb onto the apron. That was like 2014. You like can fact check that if you want. It doesn't really matter about the date, but we're talking 2014, 15 in it, because obviously he came onto the main roster for John Cena. Bro, 10 years of these lot doing that to each other is ridiculous now. You get me? But anyway, it is what it is. Great match. Decent ending. I wanted Kevin Owens to win because for me, this is not against Cody. I promise this isn't against Cody at all. I like a bit of unpredictability. You can easily have somebody beat Cody and Cody win that title back a week later. Anyone who's been watching wrestling a certain amount of time, I'm not doing the disrespectful old man thing where, when they grew up in the Attitude Era, it's just my age, isn't it? It's just my age. But anyone who knows prior, I've seen Kane have a title for one day. I've seen him win it on Sunday and lose it on Raw. Bro, big shocks in it. I watched Mankind win. There's a feud between Austin and The Rock, and Mankind randomly on a Raw wins. He wins the WWE title. So, I'm just saying, man, this is kind of crazy. Nah, yeah, Morris, you're a dick. Yeah. But I'm just saying a bit of unpredictability helps. I think that helps what's going on. But the fact that we keep going into pay-per-views knowing that Cody's going to win, I don't know. And before anyone says it, before anyone goes, well, Savage, you're a fanboy of Roman Reigns and he had the belt for 4 years and blah, blah, blah. Let's be honest here. And this is the brilliant thing. We have video evidence because we do a watch along for every pay-per-view. A lot of these pay-per-views, I didn't know that Roman was going to win. Now, I went in thinking Roman's going to win this match. The close calls in these matches and the fact that we hadn't had the champion who had a belt for this long, for ages, meant that every pay-per-view that turned up felt like, ooh, I don't know, we might win there. And we can go through it. Kevin Owens at Royal Rumble, Roman looked like he was going to lose. Sami Zayn in Toronto, Elimination Chamber, Roman looked like he was going to lose. Finn Balor, Roman definitely looked like he had lost that match. And look, like we was looking around, there was no Usos and stuff like that. Everyone was down. Finn was the demon, and then the rope snapped. Like I really thought Roman was going to lose these matches. So with Cody, it just feels like a clean sweep. It feels like a clean sweep. Like he's definitely always going to win the match, and it's not good for Cody either. Because I feel like, and if I do, I apologize. I end up being. Actually, I'm never disrespectful to the wrestlers, but I end up sounding like I don't like certain wrestlers because of the way they're booked. It's not that I don't like the wrestler. It's just that things get so frustrating with the way the booking is that I end up not caring for what's going on. But, you know, it is what it is. And don't get me wrong. Wrestling is what it is, and it's not UFC. It's not boxing where it's completely unpredictable, where a man could just throw. But they keep trying to book it as if it's that. And if it is that, if you are trying to book it to be more realistic like MMA and boxing and stuff, well then, in MMA and boxing, people do randomly lose, bro. They do randomly lose. I watched Adesanya is my guy. I watched him get knocked out on the weekend. Nobody thought he was going to lose that match. Nobody thought. I watched Anderson Silva against Chris Weidman get knocked out of nowhere. He was the GOAT. It's only John Jones. John Jones wins all the time. That's my guy. But you get what I'm saying? I watched Anthony Joshua lose to Ruiz. I watched flipping. Who was it? Ngannou beat Tyson Fury. I mean, in the end, they put it as a draw, but we know what I'm saying. So it does randomly happen anyway. It's kind of crazy still. Big up Mandy said Roman should have lost in many instances. No, yeah, that's fair enough. Obviously, I'm a Roman fan, so I want him to keep the title, but you are right. When Clash at the Castle, again, unpredictable because it looked like Drew was going to win. And it looked like we had exhausted everything. There's no Usos left. And then you get the debut of Solo Sikoa. So, crazy though. Crazy though, but yeah, good match. Sammy won the NXT titles and straight after Kevin Owens smashed it in the back. And that's, yeah, terrible best friends, isn't it? Big up Andrew said we are getting heel Cody turn at Mania if we get him versus Cena after the match. Cody attacks Cena. Imagine the Raw after Mania we get Smoky Mirrors theme. Cody's not changing that theme song, bro. That theme song's legendary now, what he's got. But I said I don't think after Mania, there's no... for me, you don't have CM Punk and Cody still baby faces after Mania. Someone's going to change. So whichever one it is, we'll see. Hopefully they don't go down that route with Cody where he's so much with the kids in it that it might end up being... You get me? And I said I don't want to see Kevin and Sami Zayn for the 7th time. They feuded twice in NXT. Yeah, because at this point, like, why would you ever have him as your friend and trust him again? Kind of crazy, isn't it? Anyway, let's get on to the Women's Royal Rumble match before we go into the men's one. Well done to the women. Well done to the women. Now, obviously, the split opinions on who won the match and all this stuff like that, that doesn't shock me because everyone had their opinions before the match. Newsflash, if you're new to the channel, I wanted Charlotte to win. I picked her to win. And I wanted Jay to win. And I picked him to win. So obviously, it sounds like I'm excited just because I got what I wanted. No, that's not the reason. That's not the reason because I thought the Royal Rumbles were really, really good. I thought they're really good. I feel like... Well, judging from the internet, there's not enough fan service, but judging by the people who went to the event and the crowd and half of the internet, it really done well. And I thought that while we were doing the women's watch along, again, the videos there, I was worried about the men. I was thinking, I don't know how the men are going to follow this Royal Rumble. This is actually really, really good. I really like the way they booked the first part of this match as well. Because the first 10 talents in there were like, it was up and coming talent. It wasn't cemented legendary status talent. It was all, you know, NXT or main roster talent that hasn't got to the exact heights of the WWE Championship. Had Lyra in there with her Intercontinental title. Chelsea was in there with their US title. We saw, obviously, Grace came in. Big up to Grace. She done actually really good in the Roman. We got Jada Parker in there. We got Vakir in there. We got Julia in there. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Roxanne Perez made it to the end, which I thought was cold. A lot of talent in there. Sadly for them, they don't do a big enough job of promoting NXT on the main roster. They do it the other way. So if you watch NXT, every advert is to do with what's going up on Raw and SmackDown. But when you're watching the main roster, they don't promote NXT good enough. They don't do enough video package and vignettes, which means that the casual fan or the fans in attendance who are parents of the kids, they don't know who these people are. So if I go and ask casual people in my family who don't watch wrestling anymore but hear what's going on, they know who Roman Reigns is just because the first thing they say to me is, that the dude with the long hair, Rock's cousin? I go, yeah. And they go, oh yeah, it's kind of cool still. Sad, like, they keep doing this, no disrespect in it, because I'm a wrestling fan, but you see this New Japan type, oh, everyone should know what New Japan is, and everyone should know what these lot do on the indie circuit. People have a life, man. They don't have enough time in their life to watch bloody 3 hours of SmackDown, 2.5 hours of Raw. That's 5.5 hours. 2 hours of NXT. That's 7.5 hours. Dynamite, 3 hours. That's 10.5 hours. Collision. You see where I'm going here? And then TNA, and then New Japan, and then Ring of Honor. They don't have it. Bro, that's nearly a whole day's worth of wrestling in someone's week. And people have jobs and family to take care of, and school and college. Like, they don't have enough time in it. And some of these that don't even do enough with clips. They don't even do enough with their clips to promote these people. So, not to mention, big up Jim Johnston, by the way. The theme songs are trash. They're not even songs that you can get behind. Like, I'm doing a watch along. I have to have the thing not on mute, but I have to have the volume turned down because I don't want to get copyrighted. And I'm squinting my eyes, struggling to see who's coming out of the ramp because you have to wait for their name to pop on the Titantron. Because the theme songs are trash, bruv. They all sound the same. First of all, WWE, put Jim Johnston in the Hall of Fame this year because he's the best. Second of all, employ him again and get him to make everyone's theme songs. You hear what he's saying? Crazy. Big Andrew said that Alright Savage thoughts on the WWE 2K25 gameplay exactly the same as it was last year, bro. But I'm gonna get it because Bloodline in it, and I saw The Rock's entrance. The Rock's entrance on 2K sold me on that game straight away. So I'm here for it. Why forget Randy Orton at Elimination Chamber when he enters the match? Hey, we'll cover that when we get to Elimination Chamber show. This is a Royal Rumble. Big Anna said, I'm happy for Charlotte. I'm happy Charlotte won. I feel like she holds a title run well. She's booked well. Her character is unlikable, but it's the character she's doing a good job that people don't like her. Yeah, that is a character. That is a character. Anyone who's watched her on away from wrestling or on documentaries and stuff like that, she's completely different. You know what I mean? But yeah, I feel like naturally they always try and do the comparison thing to Flair, and I don't blame her a little bit. Yes, she gets defensive in it in real life because people keep people can't keep stuff about the wrestling character in it, so they merge them. So when you start talking about it, people get defensive, and that's when you get an attitude in real life about certain things. Not to mention, I do feel like this generation of people, not the age of people, just this regular generation, this new form, have an issue with people having any kind of confidence about them. So if anyone's lack self-confidence and lack self-esteem, they are, no man, you should love yourself, bring yourself up. And as soon as people bring themselves up and do great for themselves, they hate it. They hate it because it makes them feel bad. You know what I mean? So then you got Charlotte coming out in Ric Flair type cloaks and in pure WrestleManias walking off flipping helicopters and stuff like that. Embrace it, man. For me, like, I actually get it. Like, if you don't like certain things and you're one of these people that always want Io Sky and that to win, then I guess Charlotte ain't gonna be for you, innit? I'm a bit old school. I like stories. I don't think the roster of women are great on the mic anyway, but I think she's the best what they've had, and I think she's the best there's been for ages. And you know, while she's been missing, be honest, I don't think anyone's done enough to elevate women's wrestling. In fact, that's a lie. In WWE, because I think Toni Storm is doing the best work she's ever done. She's incredible. Even last night she came out. Go and watch AEW in it just for that. But I don't think people do enough. I don't think like Mercedes Moné is doing enough and that. Bailey, I like Bailey, but none of you want to hear a Bailey promo. Bianca Belair's cold, but they've kept her in the same style character for too long now. And again, they do the stereotype thing. I don't like the stereotype thing to do with her talking like she's an auntie. She's a feminine woman who's married to this guy, Bruv Montez. I don't know why you're trying to make us... You think any man is taking a woman speaking like that all the time? They're not. Naomi is cold. I think she can do a bit better on the mic. She can probably match Charlotte athletically. I believe that. But on the mic, no. So that's what I think. It's one of those ones. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway. I can't wait Friday, see what's going on happen now, maybe Bianca. Yeah, see what happens with Jade coming back, to be honest. I like what Bianca did in the match, though. That was kind of cold. Morris was a little shot that Julia went, well, supposed to offer the winner. Yeah, I know. Not gonna lie, very hard to tell between Charlotte and Ashley, if that's her real name. I thought she's being herself, to be honest. I don't understand how you can struggle to tell the difference. Like, all the better wrestlers are elevated people of themselves in it. So if you've got a side of yourself where you can have a bit more of an attitude and you're a heel, you'll use that in it. But I don't understand that you can't tell the difference unless you've never seen the person outside of the WWE, which makes sense. But then you have to have the same energy for everybody else. So yeah. Okay, I get what you mean with the documentary and stuff like that. Yeah, I hear it. Jim Johnston was absolutely incredible music producer. He's cold, bro. Definitely a lie. Rhea Ripley been doing the rounds since Charlotte's been out. I mean, it's not a lie, it's an opinion. I said they ain't done enough to elevate women's wrestling. I think Liv Morgan's been the best one around. If you like, and listen, the same way that you like feel about Charlotte, safe on it. But if you like Rhea Ripley just saying I'm gonna brutalize you every time she's in the ring, and I'm Rhea bloody Ripley, and saying like these textbook like anime type, I'm gonna destroy you because I'm real bloody Ripley. Tell me. In fact, send me the link, send me the date, send me the thing to put in the search engine of the great Rhea Ripley promo I'm supposed to hear, because clearly she's good in the ring. She's got better in the ring, but that same thing that she had a problem with before, with the promos, ain't changed for me. I'll tell you what's changed with Rhea Ripley. She looks different. She's embraced what she actually likes. She said she don't like all the long blonde hair business, what she was like before. She's embraced that. She looks more feminine than she did before because she doesn't have that short hair anymore. And all the simps love her now. That's the difference. I'm sorry, like that's the difference for me. Like all the simps love her now, and she was in Judgment Day, and she kind of can do the sexy emo thing, which blurs the lines in it of what people like. She can do the feminine / masculine because she's bigger than people, and then do up all of that. But you get me, all of that other stuff. Man, they ain't trying to hear Rhea Ripley on the mic. She says the same thing every week, bro. I prefer Liv Morgan 100%. 100%. Don't even gonna lie about Liv Morgan. She keeps doing that stupid laugh every time. I like that she's unhinged. I think Rhea Ripley's good though. I think like she's up there with the best in the WWE. And I'm not dissing her because Bret Hart was rubbish on the mic too, and he was one of my favorite wrestlers. But I don't know. The dominatrix thing worked with her and Dom, so you people should big up Dom a little bit more. That worked because of Dom as well, isn't it? Because she's physically imposing, she's bigger than Dom, and all these little freaks online, all these little weak men online, they're like, oh my god, I love her to. And you don't think I'm lying? Go to her comment section. It's a bunch of Rhea. If she'll be in the gym, I'll squat on me, let me sniff your armpits and that. All these weird men. That's why she got over. I told you like this as well. I told you like this. No disrespect to Rhea Ripley, by the way. If Rhea Ripley left WWE and made her OnlyFans, remember what Mandy Rose did? And you remember when Paige left and went on Twitch and she was making like more money than she was making WWE. I promise you, Rhea Ripley will break the internet. She'll make more money than any other wrestling woman there's ever been. Rhea Ripley. Because she has both sides, I promise, bro. But this isn't me dissing her, I'm just saying, I feel like it's been a bit flat. Now, don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean that Charlotte's going to come back and she's going to elevate the women's division. I'm just saying for my interest, and it's not just them, I think the booking as well. I think the booking for Rhea Ripley and the women's division hasn't been good, which is Triple H's fault. It's not, like, if you're going to praise him for being so good, that women's evolution, what his wife started, let Stephanie run the women's division, innit? Because they're not... Like, what's going on here? We had a story with Jade. They just don't want to tell us about her anymore. Nikki was a superhero, and now she's like some exorcist, and now she doesn't turn up anymore. Asuka is people like she's got flipping stalkers trying to attack her, and we don't see her on the roster anymore. Io, she's great wrestling. I'm just. Like, we can keep going. Bianca, I love Bianca Belair. You don't know, she's physically dope. I should have mentioned her before, because along with Naomi and Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton and that cold. But, yeah, I mean, what's going on? They brought Naomi back from TNA just to bury her. Like, she didn't win any, No, okay. Naomi's TNA run and Naomi's WWE run since she returned. Did she return at Royal Rumble previous year? She did, didn't it? Oh my God. Night and day, bruv. She don't win anything on the main roster unless she's in a tag team match. She lost to Tiffany clean and Bailey clean and Nia clean, and I can keep going. Like, they're not doing enough with the women's roster. I want the women's roster to be great. Book the women's tag team great, properly. We didn't need a Intercontinental title and the US women's title. We just needed one of them. One mid-card title we needed for that range. You know what I mean? Chelsea, took him ages to even do anything with her. Now we're getting his Chelsea versus Meechin every week. Fucking hell, bro. This is incredible. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to... I'm going to be lost, but we're getting Chelsea versus Meechin every week, bro. That's where the women's division is right now. And on a random day, if I say to you lot, You got 5 seconds. Who's the Women's Intercontinental Champion? You're gonna think about it. Man ain't thinking about Lyra Valkyria, and she's good. Storylines, bro. Storylines have to make this. Like, you can't keep treating the women like this. Stop treating them like the... Stop treating them like the second rate, man. Like they're not. And that, Morris, that's the thing. Still getting that Vince booking. Bro, the Women's Evolution was on... While Vince was there, and Triple H... While Triple H was there on NXT, this geezer was booking the women perfect. He's coming out with roses and stuff after every match. But then I realised he wasn't booking them perfect. He was booking the pay-per-views perfect, and that's what everyone was watching. The stories were fighting in it. Shawn Michaels are doing a good job with him, in fact, at the moment. But obviously, we got to the end of this Royal Rumble match, and we got Nia Jax, Charlotte, and Roxanne Perez. Charlotte picks up the victory, gets a great ovation on the night. People go crazy, woo, and all that stuff. Monday Night Raw's a little bit different, and she comes out and she's trying to cut a promo, and there's a few boos there as well. And then she kind of has to do the heel turn on a dime. Now, I don't know if she's meant to do that. Yeah, not Anna, 100% the same character, 100%. Bring back Reclusa, man. But this begs the question, innit? Like I said, if you don't have a problem with wrestlers personally, then I don't have a problem with anyone having an opinion. Now, listen, I'm kayfabe savage, innit? So when I start cutting promos people on the channel about not liking certain wrestlers, that's what I would do with my friends, because we're having a fun time. If you don't start talking about these like personally, I'm just gonna shut off, innit? That's why I didn't do a video on Charlotte and Andrade getting divorced. I've seen a few people doing that. Why the fuck do I care? Well, I don't care if they got divorced, innit? You know what I mean? You want the best for people that you like. They're not there together anymore. All right, life, innit? This is one of them ones where it didn't work out. People get married, people get divorced. It is what it is. But yeah, I, for the people in the ring and that, I get it. One thing I will say, this is not me sticking up for Charlotte. I'm just going to say this before we move on to the men's one. Charlotte does not book herself, innit? She doesn't, you hearing what I'm saying? She doesn't book what goes on in WWE herself, bro. Now, fair enough, I will say, the likelihood is that Vince was into Charlotte as a wrestler, clearly. And he probably was trying to push the star power of Ric Flair there. Whether you like think that she's got to whatever based on Ric Flair, clearly she's good enough anyway, so that doesn't bother me. And I think that's what's going on. There was a period where there was stat padding going on with her and Sasha, because they were going back and forth, losing the title and winning the title. Good storyline, but the title was changing hand too quick. Although, it's pretty unpredictable when that was going on. But you have to stop now. This has to stop where, like, Vince McMahon's gone, and you don't want to big up Triple H for the good things, and then the things that go wrong, you're acting like it's Vince's fault still. Vince is gone. He's not even there anymore at all. He's not in the building, nothing. Just like, I get this in real life with Liverpool, with my football team. Every time something goes great, they big up the new manager, and every time the football players do something wrong, they go, oh yeah, this is because you know, they're still playing like when Jurgen Klopp was here. He's gone. He's gone. What are you like talking about? Keep it factual, man. Like, they have to stop this. Crazy. Savage, did you hear that Tyler Bates has been medically cleared and is ready to come back? Finally, I still think that he should be in NXT, not on the main roster. I know if you're probably of the same opinion as me. Obviously, I think WWE Evolve starts soon, which is normally mid-range talent, and it from NXT to the main roster, like the ones going up to the main roster. They tried 205 Live, they tried the other one as well. What's it called? Levels. If they could find a way to put on the dark matches off TV, the dark matches what are off TV for the talent that ain't good enough to be on screen yet, I think personally, the key is to build NXT not to Raw and SmackDown level, but just a slight level below. Because when the black and gold was matching the main roster before, until they tried to go against AEW, which was stupid because AEW came with money and star talent straight away with Jericho and all that. Before they did that, it was great, and I feel like that way you never look second rate, innit? What match was I watching earlier? I was watching Survivor Series 2020, I think, the one where Jey Uso was the last person in the match. He was against 5 people in it. So I think the other team had like AJ Styles and Keith Lee and all that on there. And I was like, I remember the year before this when you remember they had that thingy where the plane, what was it, the plane, not a plane accident. It was, they couldn't, I think they were supposed to leave Saudi and some of them couldn't make it back. So then they got the NXT talent to come up. We had Keith Lee and Adam Cole and all that on the main roster. We had Keith Lee and Roman Reigns go face to face. This is why a lot of these were NXT talent. It didn't even look weird. Like, it didn't look like, who the hell's this and what? They built them up so great that you can run around with the NXT title and still be proud of what was going. This is one thing I was saying earlier about when people did this Charlotte content. I'm like, bro, she won the Royal Rumble and went for the NXT title, bro. Like, so everyone's like, oh, she's winning the Royal Rumble again. She won the Royal Rumble and went for the NXT title last time. Like, it's just that selfish. Why would she go for the small title? Like the lesser one that nobody cares about it. Nobody cared about it. But anyway, build the brand back up to black and gold level and just above, because I feel like if you can do that and you can get the storylines in, you elevate people, then you slowly integrate some of the shows with each other, and then you have like a faction come across to like Raw and attack a few people. You know what I mean? Just so the casual fans, can go, who's that? And then, because if somebody comes and attacks Roman Reigns, trust me, the casual fans or the people that don't watch it every single time are going to check who this person is. Because nobody just attacks Roman Reigns. Nobody just attacks CM Punk. Nobody just attacks Cody Rhodes. So you do that, and then you have a story behind them. And then when they come to the main roster, you give them vignettes for like 2-3 weeks leading up to it. Not this thing where you just throw them on the roster. I'm talking about Razor Ramon and that. Even Kofi Kingston got vignettes every week with the weird accent and kicking sand in people's face on the beach. But you get what I'm saying, man. So, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I feel Charlotte's going to get the Mercedes Moné booking with the titles, especially if she turns heel. Oh, you've been like win all the titles? I don't think she will. I don't think that will happen. I hope it doesn't, because even me as a fan of Charlotte, I don't want that to happen. I wouldn't want Roman Reigns to go and win every single bout either. Although when he won his, it made sense because it was against Brock. But Morris. I mean, you're saying a newfound respect. Did you not hear when she entered the Royal Rumble? We mentioned it, remember? So I thought your already respect was there. Men of culture stand up. That Raw episode during the Saudi stuff, the NXT invasion, was one of the best Raws we had in ages. Exactly. Moving on to the men's Royal Rumble before we get out of here, because we've nearly done an hour. I've got Liverpool match against Anna's team at 8 o'clock, and I need to do some things in between. So, and I'm guessing you're watching that match. You 1-0 ahead, so who knows? The men's Royal Rumble match, as I said, while the women's Royal Rumble match was going on, I was like, this is going to be hard to follow this Royal Rumble match. Again, big up to WWE for putting me in the Charlotte package on Raw, because real recognize real, innit? It is, honestly though, big up to everyone on the channel, but it is crazy that they put me in the Charlotte package, and come on, man. Like, they could have put me anywhere. I did every match. You know what I mean? They could have put me in the part with Jey Uso because I was screaming my head off for Jey winning, but they put me in the Charlotte because they knew that real recognizes real, innit? Anywho, men's Royal Rumble match. First, as I said, we went over it a little bit, but the first 15 people, 10 people. Oh yeah, man, Morris. That's what I was on about too. Of course I was. Lot of luchas. We spoke about just. Lot of luchas. Anna, Penta versus Ray. First up, I like it. Face to face. Crowd went crazy. I was calling it while it was going on that there was going to get Santos and all these people in there. What I will say about the men's Royal Rumble straight away. Definitely what I'll say about the men's Royal Rumble. And bear in mind, guys, when I keep saying Triple H, I'm only saying his name because he's the head of creative. Obviously, I know Triple H doesn't do absolutely everything, but you fuckers, every time something goes right, you only give praise to Triple H. So if you're only going to give praise to Triple H when things go right, that means anything that goes wrong in creative is his fault too, isn't it? The Royal Rumble, the men's Royal Rumble, I have to say this, was twofold, in it. It was an embarrassment, not in terms of the match. It showed the embarrassment of riches that WWE has at their disposal in terms of superstars. Because when you see them all in the ring together, you're like, how the fuck is this roster this big, this great, and you have like the first 10 people, bro, the amount of luchas that are in the first part of this match, I'm like, so you couldn't book a faction with these luchas easy? You couldn't have that Santos grew up, or Penta grew up idolizing Rey Mysterio. The reason why Santos doesn't like Rey is because, or this guy is because there's 2 Mexican families, and in the families there's a feud of who's the best lucha, and because this family was the best, it kicked my family out of this territory in Mexico, and our family was broken. We had to come up from the dust. You see how easy that was? You see how easy that was? You could have done that, bro. And then Andrade could be on the same shit, bro. Like, come on, man. But it was embarrassing because once he got to halfway through this match, I have to say as well, special shout out to Bron Breakker just because, man. This guy, if they mess this dude up, which they have already a little bit because they just don't seem to want to give him matches, this geezer looks every bit of a superstar, bro. He's actually, his funny thing is, when you see him in real life, he's well more, you know what I mean, soft-spoken and all that. He seemed like a nicer guy. I think he was, you know what I mean, I remember seeing him a lot with Cora. He's not with Cora Jade anymore, and they both got different partners now, but, bro, like, he's every bit of a superstar, bro. Like, he's every bit of a superstar. He's your future talent, bro. This is the guy that in 2-3 years, when Roman and that slow down, he's got to be the guy, bro. Like, you got to go with these kind of talent and that, and start booking people like Carmelo Hayes and that properly, bro. Because if not, we're going to end up back in the dark ages. I fear for that. Big up Kingsman. I would definitely trust Shawn Michaels. I definitely would trust Shawn Michaels booking male black wrestlers more than Triple H. See what Carmelo's doing. How is Tiffany and Braun winning? Not him. I hear it. I hear it. But yeah, that aside, as I said, just watching the roster, you guys can tune in as well. And I think Morris just said as well. So we had Joe Hendry in it. Listen, I said it before the match. I'm not going to lie in it. I like Joe Hendry. I like him in real life. I watch his interviews and stuff like that. I think his gimmick's bigger than him, innit, in terms of like his song and his entrance and all that stuff. But that's what wrestling's about. So I'm not mad at him for it. All I'm saying is I don't particularly care to see him in one-on-one matches. That's not a problem, no. That's just an opinion. But I do like him and I'm sold on it. You see it, like, as soon as that entrance music goes off and the camera zooms in on his face, I'm here for it. Talent, bro. But we had a match that, big up Jacob, we had Jacob Fatu in this match, innit? We had Jacob. We had Rome. Let me, because I'm not even gonna, let me go. I don't want to mess this up. I just want people to know that this isn't an opinion, man. This is an embarrassment of riches, man. And you half can't believe it that every week we was getting Damien and Finn and Jay. Like, no disrespect to that, but constantly was getting JD McDonough and all these man every single week. And Sami Zayn in every single week. Alright. Hear me out, innit? Hear me out. So, this is in order. Ray, Penta, Gable, Hayes, Escobar, Otis, Bron Breakker, Speed took over from Tozawa. Big up Speed as well. Whether you like Speed or not, if you don't like Speed, it's probably not meant for you because it's meant for the kids, innit? I watch Speed with my son going around the world and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, he's entertaining a little bit. So, but he took the spear like a champ. For at least you have to respect that, innit? At least, innit? Okay. Sheamus, Jimmy Uso. I say around 10 because Sheamus is a legend. So around 10, Sheamus, Jimmy Uso, Andrade. Here we go from here, innit? Listen to what I'm saying from this point on, because this is 20 dons, bruv, or more. Jacob Fatu, Kaiser, who, bear in mind, Kaiser for me, they need to do something for him because he's great. Jacob Fatu, Kaiser, Miz, Joe Hendry, Roman Reigns, McIntyre, Finn, Nakamura, Jay, Styles, Strowman, Cena, Punk, Rollins, Mysterio, Sami Zayn, Priest, LA Knight, and Logan Paul. Triple H. Come on, man. Come on, man. What are we doing here, bro? Bro. That's 20. I read 22, but you can take some of them out. Some of you don't Logan. Or I hear it. Get rid of Logan and Andrade out of there if you want. Whatever, innit? 20 dons, bruv. Even if you, bro. Even if you divide that by 4, that's 5 different stories. Like, divide it by 4. Divide it by 4. You got 4 different storylines in it. 20 dons, 4 different storylines. Because you take it out and then you have 2 and 3 in it. Even if you was being kind. Bro, there's no way you could have, that alone could have been a roster on its own. You can get rid of everybody else. Not to mention, Karrion Kross wasn't in the match. The New Day wasn't in the match. The Profits wasn't in the match. Both tag teams wasn't in the match. The Wyatt Six wasn't in the match. No. Bruv, I didn't miss out Sheamus. Sheamus is the first person I said. Have some respect. Morris, don't try to throw me on the bus. Have some respect. He's the first person I missed. He's the first person I mentioned, bro. I said, we'll go from Sheamus. He's a legend. Run it back. Don't you dare, bro. Sheamus is my guy. That's my guy. Bro, it's an embarrassment of riches, bro. Yeah, and that part with Jacob Fatu and oh my God, bro. Listen, you gotta book these proper. Yeah, bro. Yeah, definitely you're bad, bro, because you try, you know what I mean? Exactly, Anna. I know, and the thing is, Zack Ryder's done so good outside of wrestling that if he turned up and I heard, whoa, I would have went off. Embarrassment of riches. Embarrassment of riches. Now, let me go to the women's one real quick, because I'm going to show you how bad the women have been booked to see who you care about. Okay, Io Sky came in first. I hear it. Io Sky, Liv Morgan. These are main. So, I'm going to... Roxanne. This is NXT, innit? Io, Liv, Roxanne, Lyra, Chelsea, B-Fab, Ivy Nile, Zoe Stark, Lash Legend, Bianca Belair, Shayna Baszler, Bayley, Sonya Deville, Maxine Dupree. Big up Maxine Dupree. She was great. She was great. And this is somebody that all you little bitches last year decided to attack her in real life because she can't wrestle. Shut the fuck up. Naomi, Jada Parker, Piper Niven, Natalia, Jordan Grace, Michin, Alexa Bliss, Zelina Vega, Candice LeRae, Stephanie Vikia, Trish Stratus, and Raquel Rodriguez, Charlotte, Julia, Nia Jax, and Nikki Bella. Broski. Book everyone properly, bro. The reason why it's annoying because just by numbers, there's 60 people there. 30 men, 30 women. Okay, and we have, take away the NXT part because there's only a couple of them. So there's 60 men. I mean, there's 30 women and 30 men. That's 60 people of talent in it. And then you've got SmackDown and Raw, which means you separate that 30 on each on it. And then you go, we've got 2 hours and 3 hours a week. You're telling me that we're getting repeat matches, but you've got 30 different members of tag. There's what I just read out. I read, how many tag teams did I read out in that match? Apart from the KFC lesbian tag team and Naomi and Jada. I mean, Naomi and Bianca Belair. None of the other ones are tag teams? Come on, man. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, bro. Like, brother. I'm telling you, bro. This is, I can't even express. Not to mention, Solo wasn't in that match either, bro. Solo wasn't even in that match. The Finn Balor I mentioned is the weak Finn Balor with that weak ass new theme song. When there's a demon around, just give Finn the leather jacket back. You get me? Yeah, but Nia and Candice are that meaty. You know what I mean? Come on, man. What's going on? Anyway, we got some greatness in this match, and we got standoff, we got face-offs, we had the crowd going crazy, we had everyone standing with Jacob Fatu and Roman face-to-face, Joe Hendry in there. Bruv, Cena doing up the Cena stupid peacemaker face every time somebody came out. Although, one thing I will say, which you can't get past, we know we can't get past this, isn't it? WWE, Triple H, you told us, and I know you like cook the books every year. I know you like cook the books every year, but you told us the Royal Rumble rules are 2 opponents will start in the match, and every subsequent 2 minutes there'll be a new entrant to the match, innit? Bro, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you this, innit? Once it got to Roman Reigns at 16. Once he got to Roman Reigns, this buzzer went off every 25 seconds, bro. At one point, I think it was it CM Punk? Where is it? Yeah. At one point, bro, AJ Styles came out. Yeah. And I swear to you, Braun Strowman came out. By the time AJ put his arms out and stuff and got to the ring, Braun was on his way out. Cena come out, and by the time Cena got in the ring and dived under the rope, Punk's music went off. And a suit, bro, Punk's music stopped. Yeah? Punk ran and give somebody a knee. Seth Rollins' music went off. I said, bro, how are you running out of time when you're on Netflix, bro? Like, what are you doing? And then you had John Cena. John Cena is doing the face that we're supposed to be doing at home, bro. What? I don't get it, man. John Cena's pulling faces that we should be pulling at home, bro. Like, we don't need you to show us what to do. Just let us enjoy it, John. Because I can't lie, bruv. John doing all them weird faces is putting me off John for this final year already, because that's not what I want to see John do, bro. And now I'm thinking, a heel Savage is taking over, bro. And when heel Savage takes over, now my booking for John Cena is, let him get beat up for the whole year, bro. We're going to do a separate video on this, but let John Cena get beat up for the whole year, bro. I'm talking about adversity. I'm talking about low self-esteem John Cena, feeling like he can't do it anymore. Said he was going to win the Royal Rumble, don't win the Royal Rumble. Said he was going to win the Chamber, don't win the Chamber. Said he was going to main event WrestleMania and win, didn't main event WrestleMania, didn't win. I'm talking about break this dude down to the point of no return, where we get John Cena vignettes of him in the gym and people giving him prep talks and that. Have Kurt Angle and people who have retired, Undertaker, JBL say like, yo, we believe in you, bro. Like, don't get me. This is or have it the other way around, where JBL and Angle and that are like, listen, this is a young person's game. Bring back Brock Lesnar in the vignette to the point where John loses his damn mind and says, you know what? I ain't gonna win the title, bro, but I ain't going out like a chump, bro. My last match can't be me getting smoked. And then you get John, because for me, I don't give a damn. John Cena can't put anyone over anymore. He can't, bro. He can't, like, there's no one benefits from beating John Cena anymore, bro, even if he's got a belt. So for example, if Bron Breakker finishes John Cena off in his final match, say John wins the title in the year and then Bron Breakker beats him when John Cena's got like a week left of his contract or whatever, and then he hands the belt over to him and puts his hand in the air, we all know that when we get to Raw and SmackDown, nobody cares. You know why nobody cares? Because John Cena always loses, bro. John Cena, for my whole life, yeah, I'm not Thugonomic Cena, but once we got to Super Cena, this motherfucker never loses, innit? And now, all he does is lose, bruv. All the manias, bruv, he loses. So, he lost it, bruv. If people think that I'm talking shit, the people that he lost to, bro. Okay, he lost to Bray in the Firefly Funhouse match somehow. No, I don't even know what the rules of that match was. But, COVID, whatever, innit? I hear it. Bruv, he lost to A-Town Down, screaming out loud. He lost to him, Austin Theory. Where's Austin Theory, bro? Has Austin Theory won an Intercontinental title since that day? Has he won a WWE Championship since that day? Has he won the Money in the Bank since that day? Has he won the Royal Rumble since that day? Has he won a Survivor Series match since that day? No! He just won the one tag team match, bro. Solo beat the brakes off John Cena, bro. I'm talking about spike after 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 spike. You know what happened to Solo after that? He lost every match. He lost every match. Cena can't put people over, bro. So for me, have him be destroyed all year, because it does make sense, because he's older than everyone, he's missed a step, you're an actor now, you don't know what it's like, you've been living the high life, have him backstage, Cody style, with his own boss, have him drinking champagne and that, living the high life because he's an actor now, have people massaging him and shit like that. That way, it's like, yo, you forgot your wrestling roots, and now you're too soft to even pause, you're too soft to even be in this industry anymore. Have the brakes beat off him to the point where he gets rid of the boss, he gets rid of the masseuse, he gets rid of the champagne, you see him in the gym, send him back to Hard Knock South, record some vignettes down there, have Biggie and that help him backstage, trying to train him up. And then when he wins that title, you don't have them lose the title, you just have him win it with a week left of his contract, yeah? And then you either have him go, listen, this is the final match on Raw, you can have one more match or whatever, whatever it is, or he just relinquishes the title and then the title goes into a tournament. But that's what I'm saying about John Cena. Because if he pulls that stupid face for the rest of the year, I'm gonna get pissed, bruv. Sorry. Soon as we win about Survivor Series and then vacate. Oh, okay. I wasn't even reading what you said, but exactly you were on the same wavelength, bro. That would be a good swerve. Anyway, Jey Uso won. Jey Uso won. Just me, Us. Day one-ish. I've got a video in my editor right now. I'm trying to, you know what I mean? Trying to change it up and all that stuff. It's more of a voiceover video with like clips and stuff in there because I wanna give Jey his props. I wanna give him his flowers and show people that the people who were moaning after Royal Rumble about Jey, and when I mean moaning their life away about Jey, I want to let them know, no, brother, Jey deserves this. Like, this is just me who's day one-ish, bro. I'm talking about 2020 Thunderdome and that, Jey and Roman. If you go back to, because for the clips I was getting earlier, you go back and watch the promos, that promo, what I'm talking about, that SmackDown one, when he says, yo, Roman, why can't I be him? Why can't I be the guy that puts food on the table? And Roman's walking off and he's got his back, disrespectful Roman, he's got his back to Jey while he's talking. And he says, you've been the man, you are the head of the table. You know what people say when they see me, which one is he? That alone, till now, is crazy, bro. The original main event Jey, main evented stuff and lost every match, bro. This main event Jey has everyone yeeting. Yeet! Yeet! And these motherfuckers online have the cheek. They have the cheek to say he's not main event Jey. Why we got him there? Fuck you, bruv. Jey Uso put the graft in. I'm talking about why people's mums and nans and dads and uncles and cousins and brothers and sisters and dogs and cats and foxes and rabbits and llamas and were dying in COVID. This man said, yo, I got a youth, but I gotta be at work. I gotta entertain the people. And me and my big cousin, well, it's only a couple of years, but this is about a couple of months between them, bruv. But me and my big cousin, we gotta go to work, bruv. We gotta entertain the people in the Thunderdome, bruv. Jey Uso. Main event, motherfucking Jey. I'm here for it. I'm here for Jey winning the Rumble is my pick. I'm here for winning him at WrestleMania. I'm here for giving him a great title run. I'm here for it, bro. Motherfuckers. Yeah, beat the shit out of him. Because Otis tried to fucking... How you gonna have an entrance, Otis? While Jey's walking past you, bro. Jey beat the brakes off him. And then was it the week after they come out, beat the brakes off Daniel Bryan, and then he told Roman, I'm with you, bro. Cause I'm with you, Us. Roman said, I hear you fall in line. Make him fall in line. And then he beat the brakes off Bryan too, bro. And then, when Roman wanted to win the match and Jey wouldn't tag him, Roman beat the brakes off Jey with the steel chair, made him believe. He said, listen, you're going to follow instruction. You follow instruction, I'll make you main event Jey. And you know what happened after that? He won the Andre the Giant Memorial and he hasn't looked back since, bro. Main event, motherfucking Jey Uso, bro. You lot online, what they called online, and ICWs, the IC3s, the IC2, what they called online, bro, the internet wrestling crap, IWC. Fuck you, bro. You lot think that you can pay your little $9.99 for a blue badge on Twitter that you have the main say over Jey Uso, blood. Who are you, bruv? What are you doing? What? And then you're moaning about, oh my God, I can't believe that he was crying on Raw. Shut up, man. What are you doing? Main event Jey. I said what I said. I'm out of here, bro. Try and tell me about main event Jey. This is my guy, bro. Grafted. Roman did what he said he was going to do. I need to do a separate video on Roman as well, because he needs thanking. Roman might be better than everyone thinks, you know. Roman might be better than everyone thinks. This man told us, it's even in the documentary, he told us, I'm here to elevate my family, bro. This geezer he came back, elevated himself, and it took each member of his family and elevated them. Now, we've had, not just his family, by the way, all the people that he's been in the ring with. Roman don't bury people. Oh my God, bro. Yeah. Nah, man. Main event motherfucking Jey Uso. Remember that. Run.
Do I have your attention now? Behold, the new face of fear.